What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back with another Dino review, so let's just get straight into it. This one is for Achilles Legends Untold. This is in early access. It is a game by Dark Point Games. It is on Steam. It is an action RPG Souls-like hack and slash co-op indie game. It is developed and published by Dark Point Games, and it is out today. As of me recording this, the release date is right now. So the top features of this game are an engaging and original story inspired by Greek mythology. It's got beautiful eye-catching graphic design. I can't remember the engine that they've listed. They do have it somewhere on their website, but it doesn't have it in the game, and it doesn't have it on any of my my info that they've given me. So the game has deep combat that is inspired by the Souls-like genre and an old school hack and slash games, and it's easy to learn, but it's hard to master. Gonna just put that out there. It is really good. They use an innovative Gaia system responsible for the enemy's AIs, and you could play it cooperative, which is pretty cool. So as of recording this, the co-op was very spotty, but again, it's an early access, so they are working to improve things and they are making it better as they go. They will be updating it regularly to make sure that the game is out properly with all the features working perfect. So of the co-op that I did get to try, it works good, but it's very spotty on the early access. So obviously they're going to have that dialed in, and it's going to be chef's kiss brilliant. I believe, I have faith in them. So this game basically follows the story of Achilles. Obviously, you know, he's a hero of the Greek pantheon, and you start off at the start of the Trojan War, and you're recruited by Hades to confront the god of war Ares on his behalf, where you have to face hordes of mythical beasts, mercenaries, demigods, and so on and so forth. And basically your job is to become imbued with the power of the gods so you can go and kick Ares's butt as Achilles. And it's got some really cool RPG elements. The Souls-like stuff is pretty cool. It uses the same kind of system as the Dark Souls franchise with the campfires. So if you go up to a shrine and you rest, all the enemies respawn. And if you die, any of the godly renown that you've earned, you lose and you have to go pick it back up. It does have a very interesting take on that because it works easier in co-op, but on solo it can be quite tough. So we're gonna give you that, and then we're gonna say this: don't forget to Dino smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of the reviews, and if you do want to check out the rest of the content that we have on the channel, it's all playlisted for you guys, and you can check it out, have a gramophone and enjoy it that way. But accessibility of this game, for those of you that use mouse and keyboard, perfect. It works great. For those of you that use controllers like myself, the accessibility side on that is pretty good if you have a good controller. I used the Elite V2 on this. I also tried out the PlayStation 4's Nacon Unlimited controller. I also tried out a PS5 controller, a Switch controller. They all worked. As long as it's plug and play, it works pretty much brilliantly. I will say it's not full controller support. You do have to use the keyboard and the mouse occasionally for certain things, but I'm sure that as they roll out, the full game will have full controller support coming in down the road. They've done a really good job with the animations, and the story is very engaging and compelling. I feel that they've done a very good job with that. I do like the fact that it does feel very intuitive in the way it plays. It does have a nice steady difficulty curve. It doesn't feel like you're going to be going in against a god and you are some weak little human straight out the gate. It does give you a nice tutorial right at the start of the game, as you saw in the desert part. That gives you the ability to learn the basics of the game, and then you get this really cool cutscene which is very nicely done of you bartering your deal with Hades, and then it goes straight into the aspect of it being a Souls-like game, because as always it's there to guide you, and encourage you to learn these cool things. It has a nice little guide system in the way that it will light the path on where the game would like you to go to continue the story and progress. But it does have a level of this explorability. But I will say that in the tutorial, it is basically on rails. And what I have played of the main game, it's quite a lengthy game, is that it does have a level of openness to it, so you can just go and explore and find items. But beware, like most Souls-like games, you could end up running into like a mini boss, and it could be way over your power level, and it could fight you and hit you with one hit and knock you down. But it does have a really nice skill system as well, where you have the constellations. You will see that in a moment. It's really nice. I do feel that they've tried to keep within the pantheon of the world, so it's all trying to tie into keeping it in the scope of the Greek pantheon, making sure that you can use the constellations and the depiction of the gods within the constellations and special creatures within those worlds to depict some pretty interesting ways of ranking up your character, giving them more skills, increasing their health, and so on and so forth. I really do think they have done a really good job with that. And I feel that given the fact that this is from an indie dev and it's a very small team, they've done an amazing job with it, and I feel that it has a lot of potential. Sadly, as of recording this, it's only listed as a PC game, so those of us who are on consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, we will not be seeing this game anytime soon, if at all. They may not ever port this over, although I believe that if they did bring it over to the Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, the game could do very well, because the Souls-like community really do like these kinds of games, and they really do get invested and enjoy what they do and have fun with them. So I feel that this game also could be aimed at streamers as well, by doing no hit runs, no death runs, like the classic Souls-like content that you'll get. It'll be very, very good for lots of different content creators. I know I will be recommending this to a couple of content creators that play lots of Souls-like games, who have been big on their Elden Ring and like these sorts of games. So I believe that this is definitely up a lot of content creators' streets. If they like challenge runs and speed runs, they could do some pretty nifty stuff with this. Whilst it's not my personal go-to game, I had a lot of fun with it. I love the Greek pantheon. I think that keeping it in that style and that universe is pretty cool, and it's probably one of the first games that you could think of within this last couple of years that is set in the Greek pantheon, other than obviously God of War being a game that ties over from the Greek pantheon into now what we have being the Norse pantheon. So I feel that there is a lot of information within the pantheon that they've been able to put into this game, and I feel that it has a lot of potential. That's my opinion though. I feel that the game has some really good concepts. It doesn't have very many bugs, but again, this is an early access. It does have bugs in there that have been issues, and they are working to patch them out on the release. And obviously with many PC games, they roll out updates and patches to fix games quite quickly and quite frequently to help them be the best games that they can. But if you have played the early access, or you are interested in this, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. Overall, guys, I always try to use a fun system, and I don't believe in giving like 5 stars for gameplay and blah 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 blah, because ultimately a game can look like a 16-bit game but have so much playability and fun to it that you can overlook these other features. And I feel that this game utilizes everything in its toolkit to do a really good job of keeping the game fun and interesting. The Souls-like genre is getting very drawn out, and there is a lot of them in the market at the moment, so I could see some people feeling like the market for these kinds of games is oversaturated, but that's my opinion, and I feel like it is a nice way to look at the game. If you guys would have a difference of opinion, I'd love to talk to you about it and hear what you have to say. If you play these kinds of games and you play them more and it makes you think of other different styles of games, please let me know, and if I haven't reviewed them, I'll give them a go if I can, and I'll give you my opinion on them. But thanks for checking out the video. Check us out when we're live, ring the notification bell and all that jazz. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'd recommend you check out my review of Loot River next, because it's a really cool one. There is the playlist, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.